The bear plank. So there's a lot of variations we can do in the bear position, but let's look at our baseline. So in baseline, I'm going to go hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. We're going to slightly tuck our tail between our legs and lift our knees off the floor about an inch. So for here, I'm pushing my hands through the floor and breathing. Notice how nothing has changed from the rib and the hip position. As I push up, I don't lose that rib and hip position. Okay, I always keep my hips tucked in underneath me. If that bothers the wrist, what we can do is we can put our hands slightly forward so that we don't have to put so much stress on the wrist joint as I go through there. A modification to the bear plank is going to be the short lever bear. So from here, we're not going to go on our hands. We're going to go from our elbows now. So elbows are going to be under the shoulders, knees are going to be under the hips. Tuck the tail between the legs and lift. So from here, again, I'm just breathing and just trying to maintain that rib and hip position. Bear shoulder taps, what we're going to do is we're going to go hands underneath the shoulders, knees under the hips. We're going to tuck our tail, lift our knees, and tap the shoulder, keeping that other hand pressing through the floor. Now, a cue I want to think of here is I have a cup of water on my back. If I'm doing a bad job controlling my hips, that cup of water is going to fall off and spill. We don't want to spill that cup. Bear leg lifts, what we're going to do is we're going to get into that bear position again, tuck the tail, lift the knees, and now we're going to lift that foot off the ground. So we can go for reps or we can hold for isometrics. Okay, so here I want to make sure my feet, I'm not on the pinky toe side. I want to be pushing through my big toe. Okay, really important that our ankles or our heel is nice and straight as we're doing this lift because they're going to want to spill out. Okay, use those big toes and keep those heels nice and straight. Bear 2-point liftoffs. Now we're going to combine those two exercises, the shoulder tap and the leg lift. So here, tuck the tail between the legs, lift the knees, and I'm just going to lift. So now I'm doing opposite sides are coming off the floor at the same time. Make sure, again, we're pushing through the floor here. Okay, I'm not letting my shoulder blades fall back like this. I want to push the floor away. Okay, and we're controlling that the hips and making sure we don't spill the cup. Bear into downward dog. We're going to get into our usual position here. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Tuck the tail. I'm going to lift my knees off the floor. And next we're going to go up into downward dog. So here I'm trying to keep my knees straight, drive my heels to the ground, and push my hands through the floor. Back into bear. Up into downward dog. We can also do the bear into downward dog from the modified position. So if we go into bear position here onto the elbows, remember elbows are now under the shoulders, not the hands, knees under the hips, tuck the tail. We're going to lift, hold for the prescribed amount of time, and then press into downward dog. Down and press. Bear position, hip extension, what we're going to do is we're going to get into our bear position here. We're going to tuck the tail between our legs, lift the knees, and I'm going to drive one leg back towards the wall behind me. I'm leading with my heel. Bring it in. Deep breath in. Exhale, kick to the wall behind me. Hold, and bring it back. We want to make sure as we're doing that position, we don't change anything from the ribs down to the hips. Bear position, shoulder flexion. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into our bear position, tuck the tail, lift the knees, and reach. Switch. So I want to maintain hip and rib position, okay? And I want to make sure I'm still pushing my plant hand through the floor right here, okay? If this is too difficult, we can go into our bear position, all right, without lifting the knees. So now I'm in quadruped position 2, and I'm going to reach. And I'm going to reach. Wall bear plank. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get familiar with the wall position. So let's set up just about an arm's length away from the wall, okay? We're going to tuck our tail between our legs, okay, and reach with both hands into the wall. So from here, I want to get comfortable tucking my tail between my legs and just pushing my hands into the wall here. If there's any discomfort in this position, we should regress and go back towards the regular plank positions. If everything's good there and we feel like we're ready to take on more, now we're going to go into our bear plank on the wall. So with the wall bear plank, okay, I reach in front, shoulder height, tuck my tail between the legs, drive my toes into the floor, and lift the knees. So from here I can really feel my quads, okay, and I can push into the wall as hard as I can, okay, just trying to stay nice and tight between the ribs and the hips. Wall bear plank with hand walks, we're going to get into the same position we did before with the wall plank. Reach into the wall, tuck my tail, push, and now we're slowly bringing the hands to the floor, alternating as we go. Wall bear planks with leg lifts, again, just like we did before with the hand walks and the regular wall bear plank, we're going to get set up, tuck the tail between the legs, drive our hands in the wall, lift, and pick up a leg. Switch. So I want to make sure I keep good rib and hip position. Okay, I want to make sure I'm driving from my big toe, not from my pinky toe. And I am pushing that wall away with my hands. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Stay up to date with what's happening in the gym and learn more on how you can crush your fitness goals by going to dmpfit.com. There you'll have access to the latest articles, videos, and links to my social media pages. If you're interested in joining the DMP Fit community, be sure to like and hit the subscribe button. We'd love your support.